to you and welcome to another exciting edition of Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Kingsley Emmanuel and I'm very happy to be here once again to bring you another sports personality on the show. And today, of course, we're going to take a look at a very, very important, distinguished sports personality on today's edition of the show, and no other. Yes, of course, no other than the man, Lionel Messi. Why are we talking about Lionel Messi today? Why is he our sports personality on today's edition of the show? Because he just won his 8th Ballon d'Or award, and that was a very, very impressive feat. He's the first player, of course, to do that, to win 8th Ballon d'Or award, and of course, that's a huge record for himself, for Lionel Messi. Alone, as it is. So for what we've seen so far, that's why, of course, we're going to take a look at the life of Lionel Messi and how he won this Ballon d'Or from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and down to 8. So it promises to be an interesting one. So we can as well forget our very man, talking about Victor Osimhen, who was ranked 8th in the Ballon d'Or ranking. Was such an impressive height. Is the first Nigerian, of course, to be ranked, to get that height when it comes to the Ballon d'Or ranking. So we'll talk about Lionel Messi and a bit about Victor Osimhen on the show. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, of course, we'll move straight to all that you need to know about the man Lionel Messi. Please stay with us.
Telling him not to counterpunch. Telling him not to counterpunch. People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human
On the point of order.
Honorable They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
giving him not the counterpunch.
Welcome back to the Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. I told you we're going to be taking a look at Lionel Messi. Of course, is the man actually bagged his 8th Ballon d'Or award, and that is very, very spectacular. And that's how we're going to be taking a look at all that he has done in his football career. As well, joining me to take a look at the life of Lionel Messi this morning is a man, of course, you know so well, Emmanuel Michael. Good morning, and welcome to another exciting edition of a Sports Personality Show.
Yes, good morning, Kingsley, and good morning to our viewers out there. It's another beautiful moment to talk about the life and history of Lionel Messi, who, for me, I think is the poster boy for the world football.
Or probably you can call him the poster man as well. Of course, Lionel Messi, he was born on the 24th of June, 1987, and also known as Leo Messi. He's an Argentine professional footballer who plays as a forward, and captain at both Major League Soccer club Inter Miami and the Argentina national team. Widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time, Messi has won a record 8th Ballon d'Or award and a record 6 European Golden Shoes. And in 2020, he was named to the Ballon d'Or Dream Team. But let's take a look at his early life. How was life, of course, for Lionel Messi when he started playing football? Messi started playing football as a boy in 1995. He joined the youth team of Norway's Old Boys, a Rosario-based top division football club, and Messi's phenomenal skills garnered the attention of prestigious clubs on both sides of the Atlantic. At the age of 13, Messi and his family relocated to Barcelona, and he began playing for FC Barcelona on the 14 team. He scored 21 goals in 14 games for the junior team, and he quickly graduated through the higher level teams until at the age of
given to the world of football by God, I will say, because looking at his early life, we saw how he was able to raise to the height we saw him today. But it is not something that you say that is a mistake, because following through his early life record, we understand at the age of 5 he was beginning to make wave out there, even at the newest Old Boy in the city of Rosario there in Argentina, where many scouts from different angles came to play, and the father then also take cognizance of this inbuilt skills and talent on his son, and make the, especially FC Barcelona, who came to his aid. Naturally, you should expect Messi to be that dwarf, in the world of football today. But thanks to Barcelona and the father who came to their aid, and be able to give him, that treatment of him suffering from growth hormone. But his father then wasn't talking about George Mendes. He wasn't able to afford the medical bill as then, because of his income is very little, and he was unable to afford the wage bill then, the medical bill rather. Then Barcelona had to come in. Why? Because they saw the potentials in him, even at a tender age. That is why Barcelona took that risk, invested and put his medical bills to make sure that he got the treatment of that human growth, hormone. And that's how the father landed in Spain with Lionel Messi, and Barcelona took care of the medical bills and see that, that issue was sorted out. And from there, he blossomed. So for me, I think it's no mistake, because this man, a young boy at his tender age, who knew what he was doing. Like I said earlier, we had different scouts from different clubs all over Europe coming to watch Lionel Messi, even at his tender age. That is to tell you the quality and the embedded skills and the endowment that he has at that tender age. Like I said, the father as well was very instrumental, because the father took cognizance of this enormous talent from his son Lionel Messi.
With him, take a look at Lionel Messi's career. We haven't really heard much about his mother, just his dad, his father, father, putting up everything for him. We currently I think he's his agent, as it stands.
Yeah.
I think the dad has really been much, has been very, very useful and instrumental to his growth when it comes to Lionel Messi's career, as it is. So I think from what we've seen, just like Michael has said, it's been very, very impressive one. It was an impressive, early life for the man, Lionel Messi. And I think that's more of the reason why the man actually cried when he wanted to leave Barcelona, because I think Barcelona actually gave him that platform, just like you mentioned, invested on him and gave him the platform, of course, to excel. And he, at the end of the day, utilized the opportunity.
Sure, definitely. I saw him crying while leaving Barcelona at the end of 2020/2021 season when he left the Catalan giant to Paris, talking about PSG. He cried. Why? Because it boils down to so many factors. First, he has been able to build that relationship, at Barcelona, where everybody know him, starting from the La Masia. Everybody knew Lionel Messi because of the enormous talent that God invested in him. He has been able to make that family see that Barcelona as a family. So leaving a club that believed on you, even at a point where you are in need, so much in need that if such club did not come to your aid, then Lionel Messi would have been one of the shortest dwarfs on the history of the world. But then again, Barcelona came to his aid and foot that bill. So for me, I think he was crying because of the fact that Barcelona, bring him back to life and helped him to fulfill his mission and a club that took him out of poverty, not just him, but his entire family out of, the backside of life. I mean, it will be very difficult leaving such a club. Not because the club was willing to let him go, but because of financial crisis between FC Barcelona and the league body then, because of financial fair play rules, that they were unable to, register more players because of the heavy bills, that Barcelona as a football club have accumulated. Then it wasn't the willing, it wasn't the heart or the intention of the club to let him go. So you see,
Pass distributor and could readily tread his way through Parker defenses. Michael, a lot of persons have attributed his brilliance on the pitch due to his physique, not too tall and looking very, very strong, as it says. Do you think the way he looks, not too tall, just like you mentioned, if not the intervention of Barcelona, he would have been a dwarf? But due to that intervention, they were able to help him to gain that little bit of growth. But
generally, if you don't have this talent in you, no matter the size of your body, you can still be at your best level. It boils down to talent. It boils down to gift. Because Messi is the combination of gift and talent.
If you take a look at Messi, when it comes to stature or everything, and then you be, making reference to Maradona as well.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. But if you can also take a look at other players who are taller, the likes of Muller, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo of this world. They all is a round-up player. There is this book that says that talent is not enough. You have to go beyond talent, as well. But for me, I strongly think, let's narrow it down to the case of Messi right now. His body size, fine, I agree with you. He plays some vital role.
Left-footed player.
A left-footed player. He plays, a vital role in the way he plays. He was able to, wriggle through defense or dance his way through defense. I agree. His body, shape as well is also a major factor. But more primarily, I think Messi is naturally endowed. It's a natural gift from God to the world of football. And he has been able to take advantage of that gift from God, to make name for himself and to also earn a living and get the fame and popularity, the stardom that he truly deserves.
All right, so let's take a look at his club career. In 2005, he was granted Spanish citizenship and honor greeted with mixed feelings by the fiercely Catalan supporters of Barcelona. The next year, Messi and Barcelona won the Champions League, the European Club Championship title as well. he was actually being given citizenship down there in Spain. That was 2005. But the fans, or probably the citizens of Spain, I think we had there was mixed feeling. I think some were happy, some were not happy with that particular one.
Yeah, for me, I think there was mixed feeling, just like you say, but it boils down to what some of the fans, think out there, because most fans, they are always divided in opinion sometimes. We might be supporting the same club, but most time I might not agree with your own position on a certain issues or on a certain matters, but that doesn't take away the fact that indeed a citizenship was granted, came at the back heel of winning the treble, and Cristiano Ronaldo played in the Champions League final. Manchester United won the Champions League final as at then, and that gave him that a little bit edge over Lionel Messi. If not that year, that is the first year that Lionel Messi should have won the Champions League.
Interesting one. And in early 2009, Messi capped all for a spectacular 2008-2009 season by helping FC Barcelona capture the club's first treble, winning 3 major European club titles in one season. The team won the La Liga Championship, Copa del Rey, Spain's major domestic cup, and the Champions League title. He scored 38 goals in 51 matches during that season, and he bested Ronaldo in the balloting for both the Ballon d'Or and the spectacular season for Lionel Messi.
Very, very spectacular season. A season where he was very so much, at the top of his game, where his combination with Samuel Eto'o as then was proved very, very devastating in front of goals for opposing team out there. And we saw what he was able to do in the Champions League final. I think Messi that year truly deserved to be the world best, and that is why I say that it took Cristiano Ronaldo extra work because of the Champions League they won in that 2007-2008 season. That is why he had to win the world best. If not, I assure you Messi should have laid his first hand on the world best in that very year. But then again, he never relaxed. He continued to improve on his game, and that is why we saw in 2008-2009, he was given the Ballon d'Or, courtesy of his superlative performance, for the Catalan giant, talking about Barcelona that year.
Impressive one for the man Lionel Messi. Now, during the 2009 and 2010 season, Messi scored 34 goals in domestic games as Barcelona repeated as La Liga champions. He earned the Golden Shoe Award as Europe's leading scorer, and he received another Ballon d'Or. The award was known as the FIFA Ballon d'Or in 2010 and the 2000. That was the 2010 and 2015 season. That was so between that period, Messi led Barcelona to La Liga and Champions League titles the following season, which helped him capture an unprecedented third consecutive World Player of the Year award. In March 2012, he netted his 233 goals for Barcelona, becoming the club all-time leading scorer in La Liga play when he was only 24 years. Michael, what do you make of his progress in terms of scoring goals? Don't forget, Messi is not a box-to-box striker. You will say he's not even a point man.
Yeah.
You see him always drive the ball from the midfield, from the side. He's always there. But what do you make of his progress? Despite the fact that he's not a box-to-box striker or a point man, he still get this number of goals.
That is to tell you how talented and gifted Messi is, and coaches that use him, properly well to the best of the team also get or maximize the best part of Messi, because he's good at playing the free role. When you want to see the best of Messi as a coach, give him the free role pattern so that he can be able to roam around the midfield, around the left side of the pitch.
Is there a player that's exactly being restricted at a point?
Yes, so
you don't keep him at a point.
No. If you want that time, or most of the time, the coach gave him a limited role. Most of the time, the coach gave him a limited role to play. They just gave him a static position to, mind his business in that pitch of play. But if you want to get the best out of Messi, let him play that free role. But if you want to get the best out of Messi, let him play that free role. He can destroy any defenders in the world and, you know, get the goal. His eye for goal is something that you can't take away. Like you said, it's not that opposing opponent and wait for the midfielders, you know, to give.
We'll talk about that, but I tell you, the dexterity on the man, Lionel Messi, is very, very humongous. He finished Barcelona's 2011 and 2012 season, which included another Copa del Rey win with 73 goals in all competition, breaking Gerd Muller's 39-year-old record for single-season goals in the major European football league. His landmark season led to his being named 2012 World Player of the Year, which made Messi the first player to win the honor 4 times. His 46 La Liga goals in 2012 and 2010, he also broke the career scoring record for play in both Champions League with 72 goals and La Liga with 253 goals. Messi helped Barcelona capture another treble during the 2014 season, leading the team with 43 goals scored over the course of the campaign, which resulted in his 5th World Player of the Year honor. He scored 41 goals across all competitions for Barcelona in 2015 and 2016, and the club, of course, won the La Liga, the Copa del Rey last season. You know, for about, let's say, from 2008 to 2009, for, let's say, 4 seasons after then, with Lionel Messi in Barcelona, of course, were always clinching the treble. The least, at least in the space of 4 seasons after 2009, the least Barcelona, the least they've gone in terms of titles, I think, for probably 2 in a season.
Yeah,
that's as a result of the you know, the progress of Messi in the team.
Sure, I will agree with you totally, because it's as a result of the Messi factor in the team that always help Barcelona to do the exploit they do. And he got to the peak of his career in that 2012 downward, where we saw him breaking the record of Gerd Müller. And for scoring, that is the year 2012. That is the year actually Messi scored, 91 goals in a calendar year. Out of 69 matches, he scored 91 goals, beating the record of Gerd Müller, who scored a record of 85 goals in a calendar year. A long-standing record that no one could think of that there's any player in the planet Earth that could break such record. Breaking such record is a massive one. Scoring 91 goals, both clubs and country, in a calendar year is no mean feat. After playing just 69 matches, it tells you how prolific Lionel Messi is in front of goal. And for me, he is a genius. I lack words to describe his quality. Because for me, of Barcelona, even when they have other big names, such as Xavi, Hernandez, such as Iniesta, such as Puyol, Pedro Rodriguez, David Villa, just to mention but a few. But Messi, at his tender age, was shouldering the responsibility of FC Barcelona, even while he was not yet made the captain of the team. He is carrying the majority of the load because his teammates, the big boys in quote then, Xavi and Iniesta, they still look up to him, to deliver those deliverables. Because whenever Lionel Messi is on the pitch, even if Barcelona is down by 2 goals or 3 goals, you cannot say never until Messi is subbed out of the pitch before you can truly say yes, Barcelona have lost the game. But so long as Lionel Messi is in the pitch of play, my brother, I assure you, with the prolific and effort and precision of Lionel Messi on the pitch, Barcelona will still turn the game around to their own favor, courtesy of that Messi factor. So for me, I think he's a player that, like I said earlier, I lack word to describe his uniqueness. I've never seen such a magnificent and mercurial display or a player in the history of football. When you talk of Lionel Messi, what comes to your mind is good football. What comes to your mind is dazzling. What comes to your mind is precision and power. What comes to your mind is that chamber and champagne football that you want to also see. And a clear testament of his dribbling skills was clearly shown when they met with Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final stage, when he actually bamboozled David Boateng and he fell like electric pole in front of his own 18-yard box. So for me, I think Messi is that player that just take pleasure, in playing the beautiful game, and he enjoy mesmerizing defense. I mean, Lionel Messi is out of this world.
Interesting. I tell you, you lack, words to describe Messi.
Killing him, not the counterpunch. Killing him, not the counterpunch. People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human
On the point of order.
Honorable
On the point.
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back as the Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. Today we're taking a look at Lionel Messi, is 8-time Ballon d'Or winner. The man has done a lot for himself, and that's why we're taking a look at what he's been able to do for himself. Michael, a lot of persons, of course, are attributing the progress of Messi, to Ronaldinho. That Ronaldinho actually actually transferred the baton to him when he was at Barcelona at that time. Don't forget, I think the first goal he scored was actually passed through Ronaldinho.
Yeah, I can also still remember, that match against, was it, I've forgotten the team they played against, but I know that Ronaldinho gave him, the assist in that game that helped him to score, that goal in the La Liga. But for me, I think, though, I would say yes, Ronaldinho, at least he learned a little bit of, some of those skills from Ronaldinho. But Messi is that craftsman at work that have gained mastery over his tools, and that is what he stands for. I think, like I said, that there is a clear disparity between gift and talent. Messi is gifted, adding that up to some of these skills that he was able to learn from Ronaldinho helps him to build his game. So for me, I think playing around great players such as Ronaldinho, Samuel Eto'o, Xavi, Iniesta, Deco, these are players that Messi, even Rivaldo as well. These are players that Messi learned under their tutelage while he was still at La Masia, and he progressed through to the senior team and was able to play, at rough shoulders with these big boys. It also helped him, a whole lot to gain one or two skills or tactics from them and add to the natural gift endowed in him. It helped him a lot to, do some of those exploits. But naturally, I will say yes, Messi is that player that does not need to learn from anybody, because he's gifted. But then again, because of the fact that he's human and has other good players surrounded around him at La Masia, then even at Barcelona senior team, he was able to learn one or two tactics, that helped him to also improve his game.
Of course, it was really an impressive one for Messi. Messi topped the last season, of course, we just talked about. He actually put up 53 goals, for Barcelona. That was in 2016 and 2017 season, leading the team to another Copa del Rey title in 2017 and 2018 season. He scored 45 goals, and Barcelona won the La Liga Copa del Rey double once again. Messi scored 51 goals across all domestic competitions in 2018 and 2019 as Barcelona won another La Liga championship. In late 2019, he won his sixth career Ballon d'Or and was named FIFA Best Male Player of the Year in the year 2020-21 season. Barcelona claimed the Copa del Rey title, the seventh of Messi's career, and he became a free agent in 2021, and financial issues, some of which were the results of La Liga's rules, largely prevented him from resigning with Barcelona. He left the club after setting a number of records. Notably, he was the leading goal scorer in the league history with about 474 goals down there in the Spanish La Liga. But before this time, there had been a very huge tussle, rivalry, you would say, between him and Cristiano Ronaldo when it comes to performance, winning of the Ballon d'Or, and all of that. But I don't know what you make of that rivalry between him and Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think it was a big rivalry for the past 16 years down the line. Two of them, the duopoly, between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo lasted for such a long while that, no football fans anticipated that. And I think the work ethics of Cristiano Ronaldo as well helped him to, stay up there at the top for quite a long time. And the achievement of these two players actually helped themselves they complemented themselves in staying such a long time as a world best, sharing the stage with Cristiano Ronaldo for quite a long time. I think it speaks volume of the fact that these two players are the best players that we have in this generation. But then again, you also say that Messi have a clear-cut advantage over Cristiano Ronaldo. I know some fans of Cristiano Ronaldo as it stands right now, because Cristiano Ronaldo have won 5 Ballon d'Or, while Messi has gone for the 8th Ballon d'Or. So the disparity is very much. I think
he stayed there, wasn't that successful, but he left. Of course, the man is playing for Inter Miami at the moment. But when he was 5 years old, that was when, of course, he met his wife, and they have 3 kids, 3 boys. As a stand. I don't know what you make of his family, his life with his family.
I think it's a great one. It's one man to produce a player that comes so close to winning the Ballon d'Or after a long while. I think the last time when their player got that far is when Diego Armando Maradona was still plying his trade for Napoli. Then when Napoli player was named or shortlisted and went as far as making the top 10. So it's been a long time, that Napoli have not seen this kind of thing. And it's been a while, I think the last time that any Nigerian player was nominated was in 1999, where our own Kanu Nwankwo, made the list, but he did not come close to even the top 10. So Victor Osimhen this time around, breaking the jinx of Nigerian players, making into the top 10, sitting at the 8th position, even far above the likes of Hurricane of this world.
Mo Salah,
Mo Salah, you just name them. It clearly tells you how, how much Victor Osimhen was able to, do last time out, where he actually shouldered the burden of Napoli and single-handedly delivered the goals that saw Napoli clinch the Scudetto after 33 years of waiting. So for me, I think it's a great one for not just Victor Osimhen, but for the Nigerian football as a whole, because this one we want to, help project Nigerian football to the world, telling the world that indeed we have the talent cut across the globe that can even, one day become the world best of the world. At least it's a great one for Africa, because it's a great one for Africa because going back to history, the last time that an African player, got this far was when, George Weah, won, the World Footballer of the Year. So for me, I think it's a nice one, generally for Nigeria and for Africa as a whole.
All right, at this point, we'll call it a wrap on the show. It's really been an impressive time. Of course, we actually wish that we could actually get more time to talk about Messi today, but that's what it is. Our time is up. We have to go. Next week will be another exciting edition where we'll bring you another sports personality. Good, special thanks to Michael for giving us an decisive view on Lionel Messi this morning.
It's always a pleasure doing this with you.
Don't forget, peace and unity always the pathways there to progress. My name is Kingsley Mano. Thanks for watching.
Telling him not to counterpunch. People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable
You're a human
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU.